The former president's nephew is now running against Joe Biden in the Democrat Party to replace Joe Biden, but ABC News cut him off because they didn't like what he had to say. Here are the details. As everybody knows, that guy in the White House that's sort of there, sort of not there, the older gentleman,
How do you know it identifies as that? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
sorry
the
to interrupt.
hair-sniffing guy that falls out of his plane, the guy that doesn't know where he just went on a trip.
That needs his nose to change his diaper.
That guy, the most powerful human being on planet Earth. That guy is
How dare you?
Anyway, he wants to be in that job again for another 4 years. He'll be the oldest person ever in the history of the universe to have that job, but he thinks he deserves it. There's one person that thinks he shouldn't. That person is Robert Kennedy Jr.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Kamala Harris for a second, and then I would agree with you.
That's probably true. Well, that's a given, but this is somebody else. I'm talking about the nephew of the former president of the United States, the son of the man that was almost president in the late 1960s, Robert Kennedy Jr. And he announced that he's running for president within the Democrat Party against the sitting president. This has happened a few times in history, never successfully, but it has happened. He sat down for a very long interview that was released about a week ago with ABC News. And this reporter from ABC News, Lindsay Davis, cut him off in the middle of a live interview saying Mr. Kennedy, quote, made false claims about the COVID-19 vaccines. So this woman decided that she was going to censor the leading opposition candidate within the Democrat Party. He's polling second to Biden now. He's only been campaigning for a few days, and his numbers are astronomically high. They decided that they're not going to let him talk on television because, according to her, this is quotes, the COVID-19 vaccine prevented millions of hospitalizations and millions of deaths. She didn't have any evidence. She just said it. And so they cut him off. Well, as you can imagine, Robert Kennedy got really upset, saying this is a violation of U.S. law. Presidential candidates are allowed to speak their minds. They're not allowed to be edited because the other candidates aren't being edited. So she decided in her infinite wisdom, without any evidence, without any studies, without any proof, that Kennedy was, well, nuts. So his anti-vaccine rhetoric on COVID, his talk about masking, his talk about vaccines, childhood autism exploding, and so on, they just took him off the air. Well, is the liberal media, have they decided that people like Kennedy, who are significantly challenging Uncle Joe Biden for the renomination within his own party, are they so nervous that they're cooperating with the Democratic Party to keep him off the air? And if so, what's he going to do about it?
You know what, Barry? The liberal mainstream media, they've been cooperating with the Democrats forever, right? There used to be the time where the media would, just report the news and they would say, hey, this is not good. They would just report on it. But now they are state media is what it comes down to. They're state media. And if they don't want a particular candidate to say anything, to release the truth, or even just, talk about their opinion about something, if they disagree with it, they shut it down, which is completely a violation. He's running for presidency of the United States of America. You should not be able to censor them, especially on the media, the newspaper, right? This is basically the same thing. Back in the day, if it was the newspaper doing it, they would call to shut that newspaper down because it was violating the law. Today, Democrats, they can break the law and it's perfectly fine. They don't care because that's not who they want. It's not
But
what.
hold on a minute, Will. This is ABC News. This is not the Democrat Party. This is what used to be the premier news organization in the world. They took him off the air.
Yeah, because it's state media. It is state media. They're picking up the propaganda machine that they left off in the 1940s Germany. They're just repeating the exact same thing. That's all that this is. And if they don't want, I mean, look at it, Barry. They're not even having a Democrat debate. They say, nope, we're not having a debate. Even though these people are, they're running for political office, but nope, we're not going to have a debate in the primaries. Nope, nope, and nope, because we want Joe. It's the same thing on the mainstream media. They shut him down because he's saying something that they don't like.
I'm shocked. I would not have believed it if I'm not witnessing it myself. I mean, truthfully, the idea that they get to decide what America hears is not freedom of the press. That's, as you just called it, you call it state media?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
That's the same thing in every totalitarian country in history. What they do first is they take over the press. They did it in Germany. They did it in Russia. They did it in China. They do it in Libya. They do it in Iran. You step out of line, brother.
Yep. Canada.
You go off the air. And if you don't toe the line, bye-bye. You're never seen again.
The real question is, Barry, is why do they not want to allow people to have freedom to speak? Why do they not want that? They used to scream it all the time. Freedom of the press. But now it's like freedom unless we say you have it.
Oh my God. I don't know what to say. I'm shocked about it. What can we do? You got any ideas other than you and me be on the every day screaming about it?
You know what? I think it's actually the dinosaur media, Barry, is actually kind of destroying themselves. I'll give you an example. Look, I mean, we're going to talk a little bit about it tonight. Tucker Carlson. Look what they did to Tucker. They had to get rid of Tucker because he was not towing the line. He was not saying the rhetoric. He was not saying what they wanted him to say. He was telling the truth. And when you have state media, you cannot have someone that is out there deviating from the agenda, deviating from the propaganda that they're out there pushing, especially going into 2024 when they have to make sure that no one can hear what he has to say, because when you have someone that's getting more views by himself than the entire network of some of these other fake media outlets, that's a problem for them. State media has to step in.
I'm shocked. I guess I shouldn't be. I think you're 100% right. I think they're all on the same team. They might as well be wearing the same hats.
Yeah, really.
Uncle Joe in 2024, they all have to wear the same hat, and they might as well just come out of the closet about it. You know what I mean?
Well, a lot of it, they actually are coming out with it. I mean, why do you think they feel so emboldened, so empowered to this? Okay, you know what? Well, we don't like what you're saying. We're going to cut you off. I mean, what gives them that the gall to do such a thing?
Well, she talked about it. She admitted she did it. She said that he said things that weren't true, in her opinion. She has no studies. She has no facts. There was no rebuttal. They just, bam, you're out, pal.
Yeah.
So good luck running for president. We're never going to have you back.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.